Hello, I'm Denver Henderson, Assistant Director of the Williams County Public Library, with another episode of Oddly Peculiar. At the corner of Lynn and Butler Streets in Bryan sits an unusual building with a fascinating past. A low-angled brick building with ball-shaped finials. It has been many things in its 104-year history. This corner was one of the last sections on the square to be developed. An empty lot for most of the early decades of the town's existence, gradually a series of small wood frame buildings were erected. One of the earliest was a cobbler shop, where the WCCT storefront is located. The most significant early building on this corner, one which replaced the cobbler, was Beach's photograph studio. Mr. John Beach had a photography studio here from 1876 to 1906. Beach was the earliest established photographers in the city. Now let's jump ahead till 1921. Fred Cook, a former resident of Bryan, then living in Lima, started a construction on a one-story brick building that would house the Lily White Oil Company filling station. The building was unique in that it had additional 5 business rooms available on the Butler Street side. The building was completed and occupied by July of 1921. The filling station occupied the front or corner section, while the business rooms were occupied by many businesses over the years. 3 significant manufacturers got their start in this building. Paul B. Elder Company set up shop here in 1923. J.C. Markey Transmission Company was in the building in 1926. This was later to become the Aero Corporation. M&G Spark Plugs was a resident in 1930. All of these businesses moved to larger facilities in Bryan, but had their origins in this building. However, food and drink were always a part of the building's existence. The C.E. Platt restaurant opened in 1936 and was replaced with Mrs. Miller's Buffet nightclub in 1940. The nightclub offered nightly entertainment with a house band, which was quite new in Bryan. I would like to note that at the time of the nightclub existed in the building, the Christian and Missionary Church, a leading temperance organization leading the fight against alcohol, also occupied the building. I'm happy to report that the nightclub lasted longer than the church, striking a blow for the average Joe against purse-lipped Puritans. Following was Snyder's Cafe in 1949 and Fogelson's Cafe in 1956. The next restaurant became a Bryan fixture, the Ranch House Restaurant. This well-known and well-loved restaurant would continue in the building until closing in 2003. And a new and exciting chapter was waiting for the building. In October of 2003, the building was purchased by the Williams County Community Theater, and the building became the Little Theater off the square. The interior of the restaurant was adapted to the needs of live performance, though it never lost the dark atmosphere of a bar restaurant. A stage was constructed, and the kitchen was converted to the backstage, though it wasn't backstage, but off the lobby. It is a testament to WCCT that such wonderful performances were created in a building that was no more than adequate. Actors had to walk around the building to get to stage. A former storage closet served as wing space for props and actors. The ladies' restroom was located to the left of the stage, which made for some interesting events during performances. And the interior still looked like the ranch house, including the wagon wheel fixtures. But new life was to come. In 2010, the Memorial Garden was created, adding to the beauty of downtown. In 2020, the name was changed from the Little Theater to the Goldsmith, honoring Cecil Goldsmith, a pioneer in local community theater, and his family. After the difficult year of the pandemic, a new project was proposed, a full renovation of the building to create a genuine performance space. And here it is. From frame buildings to a gas station, from a nightclub to the beginnings of major industries, the story of the Lily White Building is both fascinating and oddly peculiar.